Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little bit late this morning. I had to have a little reminder from a friend in America, actually. So thanks, Paul. There's a couple of things I wanted to say before I get stuck into the subject, which is what do Ouija boards, pendulums, and dowsing have in common? This is actually going to be the subject of my next podcast, which will come out next Thursday. So I'm just going to touch on it today. Last Thursday's podcast, which was yesterday's podcast, was all about helping your child with the monsters under the bed. So it gave you lots of hints and ideas to help your child if they're experiencing things like that. But the first couple of things I want to do is I want to send love and gratitude, or not so much gratitude, but just healing and our kind thoughts and loving wishes to Lebanon after that horrific explosion. That was just awful to watch. So all the best to them and in their recovery. The other thing I wanted to say also was a little bit more personal to my friends and family in Victoria who are starting the stage 4 lockdown. So I think that's going for like 42 days or something incredible, where everything is just basically locking down. So if it wasn't hard enough before, it's really going to make things very, very challenging for them. So my love, thoughts and wishes definitely out to Victoria and my family down there. So stay strong, Victoria. You'll get through this. So will Lebanon. We'll all get through this. But today it was all about Ouija boards and pendulums and dowsing. Now, the reason I came up with this conversation or this situation was, as you probably know, I am a professional sports trainer. So I work with elite young women in football or soccer, and a lot of them have been asking me different things about spirituality and about intuition, and I like to encourage them to move on as much as they can and grow and develop. So when they're asking me these questions, I want to make sure I give them some good answers. So Wednesday night, they were asking me about Ouija boards. Now, one of the friends had done it, and her dad had got really angry with her, and there was a lot of misunderstanding around it. So I had a bit of a look. I've played with them myself when I was a teenager, so I understand where they're coming from at this stage. And it was more about getting this understanding to help them. So what I did was I actually Googled it, like you do. I Googled it, and I found this article by AJ Romano. It was done in 2018, and it was about how Ouija boards work. Now, it's got also in brackets hint, it's not ghosts. No demons will possess you if you use one. So I read through this, and I've got mixed feelings about Ouija boards, but mainly because when we do tend to play with them, for want of another word, we tend to do that more in our younger years, in our teenage years. It's something that we tend to play with. Now, in our younger years, we don't have an understanding of what we're doing, and so we are sort of playing with fire. But the way AJ Romano was saying that how the Ouija board works, and he's given you a really clear understanding of the actual mechanisms of it. So what he is saying is, there's a simple I'll read it. It's a simple scientific explanation. The mysterious mechanisms that powers a Ouija board is called the ideometer or ideometer. And it's basically the way the body talks to itself. So what he's saying is that we're holding on, when we're asking these questions, when we're using a Ouija board or a pendulum or dowsing, we have already an understanding of what the answer is going to be. And so the micro muscles in our body will actually move either the Ouija board, the glass, the pendulum, whatever it is, it will move it to the correct answer, or to the answer that you're looking for. Now, I do a lot of pendulum work, and I understand that it is your muscles working and everything else. However, what he's saying is that this information is stored within us. That's what he is saying. He's looking at it as a very, very mechanical, very physical aspect. Now, when I talk about intuition, I talk about how our spirit talks to our physical body. The intuition is the communication between the two. So it's the spirit talking, our spirit talking to our physical body in order to create some sort of an action. So if you can imagine, what he is saying is correct in the fact that that's what the mechanism is. It is definitely us working it. But if we're working it on a subconscious level, as he suggests, then isn't that our intuition or our spirit coming through and guiding us that way? And that's sort of where I start to question it, and I like how he's written it. I like what it's all about, but it is still focusing on the mechanism and really not getting down. We can talk about the subconscious, but really, what is a subconscious? And that's where I go, well, that to me is your spirit, because that's always there. Once that goes, that's what our subconscious is. But the very, very last paragraph was really interesting because he's got down here, but the marvellous thing about the Ouija board isn't that the planchette might read or a psychic might claim the spirits are saying it through the other side. In reality, the true wonder of the Ouija board is what lies within our own subconscious. Now, when we start talking that way, we start to empower ourselves, because what's in our subconscious is what's in our spirit. So we're not putting it out there and saying, oh, I'm getting information from everyone else. This is about getting information from me that sits right with me. It sits right with my spirit. And that's what I really liked about it. So this is, and of course it's the same with the pendulums and dowsing. It all works the same way. We're working it on a subconscious level. So it's our spirit coming through. So it's another way our intuition is communicating with us. And that's the beauty of it. But anyway, that will be all in next week's podcast. I just wanted to touch base today and say good day to everyone, and send my love to Lebanon and my family in Melbourne, because I know they're really doing it tough. So all the best, and I mean everyone's doing it tough, and it is hard times, very hard times. But I send out my love to everyone. Have a great day. It is Friday, which means I've got the weekend. Yay! I'm heading off to Rainbow to see my daughter and grandchild, my grandbaby, and actually more grandbabies, because another one's having a birthday. But stay safe, guys. Be well. There's a couple of actually, I'm just going to tell you this. There's a couple of articles that are going around at the moment about the COVID, and one lady doctor in America has not lost a patient, and she's had everyone from babies all the way through to the elderly with heart disease, with all sorts of problems. Beautiful woman, female doctor, and she is saying how she's treating them with malaria drugs. Now, she's from South Africa, so she was treating South Africans with malaria over there. So she's using the same drug, and I don't remember the name of it. It's hydrochloric something or other. And she's using that, has not lost a patient. Now, when we boil down what that drug is, it's actually quinine. And quinine is in tonic water. It's in grapefruit, the rind of a grapefruit. And the crazy thing is, I've been drinking tonic water for, I don't know, ages, for years. I love tonic water. So that might be a little bit of a hint. Don't tell everyone. Oh yeah, tell everyone. We'll run out of tonic water. But you can make it in with grapefruit skin. So yeah, that's a really good article. If you're interested in that, let me know and I'll pop it up on the website. But this lady doctor in America, she was just, the passion in her voice was just amazing to listen to. But yeah, she was great. And then straight after that, I got this other understanding of what this drug was that she's using. So I'm going to say all the best, and have a great day. Have a good weekend. Stay safe, Victoria. Good luck, Lebanon, and all the very, very best from me. Say bye for now. Oh, stop.